These are the Samsung Galaxy Buds FE, and I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of having this product. So let's get started. First is the case, which you can see is very compact. This is a square shape. This is it in comparison to my head. Very small, right? This is so flat and like small that I forget it's in my pocket sometimes. So be careful about that. But it is very compact and it fits in pockets very well. And I love that about this case, right? Also, it's like just enough space for the headphones. Not a bunch of extra space. For reference, these are my old Galaxy Buds, which worked really well in the past. But however, it was time for me to change them out because it's been years, right? But as you can see, there's a bunch of like unutilized space here versus these are compactly tucked into here, which allows the case to be smaller, right? So love that about this case. Secondly, we have the actual fit of the headphones themselves. So this is what one of the headphones looks like. And as you can see, it has a wingtip. Let's see if I can get it focusing. So this has a wingtip on it, which allows it to stay in my ear really well, right? So I'll show you. So you put it in your ear and then you turn it backwards and now it's locked in my head. Like, it's not going anywhere, right? And that's what I love about these, that I can wear these to the gym. Some of the newer gen Galaxy Bud products, actually, like I've tried the Galaxy Bud 2 Pros and some of the newer ones don't have wingtips, right? So they just fell right out of my ear. There was nothing I could do about it either. Like, I just had to keep pushing it in my ear, and if I didn't, it would literally fall out of my ear onto the ground. And that made me so mad, but I'm so glad they have, I still have a model that has the wingtips, and that allows it to fit very well in my ear. Actually, some of the older headphones, so like the Gen 1 Galaxy Buds, which is what these are, have the wingtip as well, and I'm so glad that they kept that because now I have no issues with this staying in my ear, and it's really comfortable in my ear to the point like where I can forget it's in there, right? So, moving on, the next thing I love about this is the touchpad, and as you can see, the touchpad is flat, which allows me to easily press it and do whatever I need to with the touchpad, right? So, and it also makes a noise when I press the touchpad, which allows me to know that I've successfully made contact with the touchpad and am in the process of doing whatever I want to do, right? So you can use the touchpad to skip to the next song, pressing it twice. You can rewind the song or go to a previous song, pressing it 3 times. You can touch it once to play and pause the song, touch it to answer a call or to end the call, right? And you can program the touchpad if you press and hold it to do specific things, right? So I personally have them programmed to press and hold to turn the volume up and down. So my left ear is programmed as down volume and my right ear is programmed as up volume. So if I just wanted to, if I have both of them in, I can adjust them both ways. But if I only have one in, I can either turn the volume down if I have it in my left ear or turn the volume up if I have it in my right ear. Sorry. But you can also program it to do other things, right? So you can even program it to, if you press and hold it, it'll go straight to your Spotify and start playing songs from your Spotify playlist. So I love that. You can also program it for the Google Assistant if you want to ask questions and stuff like that. But you have options, and that's what I love about it. So next will be the microphone. And if you didn't know where the microphone is, you'll see that there are some tiny holes, and those are the microphones. And when I've had these in and called people, I am able to be understood very well. My voice is clear, and I love the fact that there's nothing like, even though these headphones are less expensive than most headphones on the market, that they still are like really great sound quality when it comes to even calling people on the phone, which is like a big problem with like wireless earbuds. But these have a good microphone, so love that about them. So now that we waited the entire time, now comes the discussion about the actual sound itself, right? So these have great bass, and they're really, like, they're great sound overall, and I love how they sound, to be honest. You have different EQ options as well to change it up. If you maybe aren't such a fan of the bass, or maybe you're more of a fan of the bass and you want to turn the bass boost up, or maybe you want the treble to be clearer, so you have that option, right? So you have like preset settings that you can go through when it comes to the sound. So I really like having that option, and honestly, these are honestly better than these that I had before, so I love the sound. So now that we got through all the pros, here are my 2 cons, okay? So, I know I mentioned that the sound is great, but I would say that these are a little bit heavier on bass than my previous headphones, right? Now, I realize that that's not a con, because when I put these back on, I realized that my bass was not like where I wanted it to be, and I had to put it in a setting where the bass was higher in order for it to be higher, versus these would just start off with better bass in the first place, right? So if you love music with a lot of bass, these are for you. But if you don't, I would just keep that in mind. But you do have options, like I said, the EQ settings. However, you cannot turn the EQ settings up to a specific level. So if you press up, you can't like have the treble on 5 and the bass on 7. Like, no, you have like specific settings, like let's say like bass boost, dynamic, soft, right? And that all means different things. And it gives you a little chart, so it shows you what's going up and down when it comes to your EQ settings, right? So that's one con I would say that they have. And the other con is that I love this case. However, you can see that it's glossy, right? Which makes it a bit slippery at times, to be honest. So like, I do have to be worried about it slipping out of my pocket because it is so glossy and it just kind of slides on cloth and fabric, right? So that's one thing I would say I was a little worried about when it comes to these. However, I've just been careful about having them. And also you can buy like silicone cases and other stuff if you want to. So it's an easily like fixable issue, but I would just keep that in mind when you have these. But yeah, that's all my cons, right? I've had no other issues with these headphones other than that. And honestly, the issues I mentioned don't even like mess up my listening experience, and they have not put these headphones in jeopardy of like falling or anything. It's just like I have to be mindful about them. So if you want some good quality headphones that are actually really well priced, these are the headphones for you.